La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah. If you have a regimen where you enter silence, or you strive to notice it more in your day, but first and foremost with conscious kind of sitting in silence, or a conscious practice of silence, after you've contacted it, kind of understand it's not about the activity of being silent, but actually recognizing or noticing the ever-present silence that is. When we begin to notice that more, and we begin to try to inhabit that and kind of live there, we can take it with us. Um, but it almost always takes times of moments of practicing silence. So, which may be intentional, of just sitting down for 10 minutes, just simply noticing the silence while everything else is happening. The thoughts are arising. There's emptying. There's struggle. There's resistance. Not noticing the silence, anymore. Then noticing it again. Finally, honing in on, okay, wow, I don't have to notice it with such effort, because it's already there. So I'm just going to keep my subtle attention on this feeling of silence, this awareness of silence. The key is to practice this enough that not only are you tasting it, but you recognize it experientially as your real self. When that occurs, there's a shift. Now we are able to stay in the heart a little bit more, and we can begin to navigate our egoic thoughts from this place. So then the practice naturally and very subtly carries itself to beyond the practice. So I recommend 2 times a day, or at least once a day. Early morning is a beautiful time when the body and the mind is not all over the place, or you're into the world, to first begin it, like as an intention. Maybe to return to it in the middle of the day, but especially at night where there's more silence. Um, but I would recommend that it is not the only practice that you do. I know that you do other practices, but in Islamic spirituality, we combine practices. So you can do the laudable dhikr, the allowed dhikr, not like super loud, but just the allowed dhikr, not loud but allowed. And as you end the dhikr of Allah, to whatever it is, La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah, or La ilaha illallah, to whatever is your tariqah, right? And the tonalities that like that we use, or Allah, or Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad astaghfirullah, and as you repeat them and you're listening to the sound of it, as you end it, just sit and be present and see what the sound of and the meaning of the dhikr points to as the silence. Follow it into the silence and notice the quality of that silence. Simply sit at that more, take it with you. Attempt to operate, even listen to all sounds from that silence. Because in fact, in reality, all sounds are arising in that space of silence. Right. So I'd recommend that's how to cultivate and to practice it, if this is helpful. لا إله إلا الله 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 لا إله إلا الله